Have you ever felt like the only way to lose weight is to give up everything that you love? Start tracking calories, give up alcohol, sacrifice spending time with friends, family, eating out. I've actually lost 6 kilograms in 5 weeks without tracking a single calorie, giving up alcohol, and just following 5 simple rules. I'll overlay on screen what my results were, but it's not about my results, it's about the framework that I'm about to share with you, because these rules are not strict, but they're enough that you don't have to think about too many different things, weigh out all your food constantly, and the byproduct of that is you losing weight. Before we dive into this, if you do want some free help, I've got stuff down below that can help you build a meal plan completely for free. Or if you've been watching some of my content and you're interested in actually getting some proper help with this, by myself specifically, then you can apply for coaching below. So, let's get into it. I've done all the diets. I've done the fish and broccoli diet before a holiday that I wanted to go on. I've literally been on and off a diet since the age of about 15 or 16 years old, which is terrible. I even remember just before my holiday, when I was finishing school and going to Zante, I wanted to get a 6-pack. I really wanted to get in shape for Zante. And I remember eating a packet of Pringles and watching Family Guy with this thing on like level 100. I thought that was going to get me a 6-pack for my 6-year holiday. Ultimately it didn't. Realise it's 2 weeks to Zante, when's it's going to start working? I was just kind of desperate and trying everything to get a result. But then I found calorie tracking, and my results were so much better than anything else. That said, when you feel as if you're tied to a specific app, I know it's easier and things now with AI, but when you feel as if you're tied to an app and you feel as if you're tied to numbers, whatever has the ability to motivate you also has the ability to completely demotivate you as well. So when you're not on it one day and you've not tracked your calories, and maybe you've forgotten your Apple Watch or Fitbit, I don't wear one of them anymore because I felt as if all I was doing was tracking everything. And then when I wasn't able to track, even if I just forgot it at home, the workout or the steps that I'd done that day didn't matter, which is just stupid. But I know everyone who does have these things, and I'm not saying I'm completely against them, it just falls into that same trap of tracking everything and then it falls off. So these 5 rules is something that is going to allow you to stop tracking your calories and give you just a bit of an idea on how to frame it, whether you've been tracking your calories for a while or not. Because calorie tracking can give you a kind of framework of how to maybe structure certain things in your diet, what foods are worth it, what foods aren't. I would always recommend people tracking for a period of time, but everyone's different in that sense. So if you want to just stop tracking your calories and all your numbers and you just want to get away from that side of things, because I really don't think long term that's going to be good for people's mental health and well-being. Certainly wasn't for mine, and I stopped tracking years ago, and it's been one of the best things that I've ever done for my diet. These 5 rules is enough to just give you a bit of a framework to follow and just commit to it for 5 weeks. The first one, super simple. Number 1 is the only one that is specific really to you. So it's about adding 20% extra on top of what you're currently doing. So I chose 5 workouts and 5 walks per week. So it meant that if I didn't get a workout in, as long as I'd done an hour's walk that day, I'd tick that box. And if I got both in, fantastic. But my rule of thumb with this is really just give yourself an extra 20% on top of what you're already doing. It's the best thing to do. Number 2, on nutrition, 5 palm-sized portions of protein, 5 palm-sized portions of fruit or veg. And if you struggle with hunger, fruit and veg. I'll overlay on screen some of the stuff that I cooked in that, and I'll even link the video down below so you can see it. Then when it comes to eating out, as much as I said this was about trying to find balance, you don't have to give anything up. You absolutely don't. You just need to gravitate towards the things that are worth it and the things that aren't. So this is the rule of 3, the power of 3. So it's a 3 out of 5. So between a starter, a main course, a side, a dessert and an alcoholic drink, when you are eating out, only having a maximum of 3 of them. So you'll gravitate towards what you think is worth it. So when you're still having your meal, you're still trying to hit a palm-sized portion of protein, so you might not go for something like pasta, or you might use a polo Milanese or a steak dinner or something like that. You're trying to get your veg in, you're still doing that, but then you might want a dessert, so you naturally gravitate towards that, and if you want, then you choose if you want a starter or a drink with it. It's really just about gravitating towards the things that you actually want and not just out of greed. The next one is probably the harder one to do, but again, naturally you'll gravitate towards when it's worth it to do this and when it's not. 5 units of alcohol per week. So whatever that looks like, once you figure that out, you're not giving it up completely, but you're having maybe that out with that meal, so you're not going without, but it's something that naturally, if you go out on a bender every single weekend, or even if you just have like a bottle and a half of wine, so say you and your partner share 2 or 3 bottles of wine one Friday night, you can do that when you try to maintain your weight. When you're trying to lose weight, you feel worse the next day, your energy's low, you're hungover, there's 600 calories plus in a bottle of wine, you're shooting yourself in the foot a little bit. So for 5 weeks, committing to that will make a big difference. 5 units of alcohol per week. And lastly, the easiest one to do, but a non-negotiable, 5 weigh-ins per week. This is about not tracking. It's about not tracking calories, not tracking steps, anything like that, and just going on these 5 rules. But you need a metric, a non-emotional metric in order to track things. So I tracked every single day. I posted it on my story when I was doing this. And all this is going to do is allow you to see that kind of downward trajectory or downward trend. It will go up and down, and it'll also just be a kind of constant reminder that you're doing this and you're committed to this for the 5 weeks. So lastly, a diet should not be forever. It absolutely shouldn't. A diet is a phase, and when I used to diet for an extended period of time, having diet breaks and doing things where you're not having to, even if a diet takes you a year to do, you're never going to consistently stay on that diet because you'll burn out. And having different phases to an approach is going to be the best thing that you can do in order to yield a result. And that's what I've always done with clients, is just make sure that they've got and they're clear on the phase that they're on right now. That phase might be 4 weeks before a wedding, it might be 6 weeks, it might be 12 weeks. But then having a diet break and then going back to it whenever you need to will make such a difference. And if you do want some coaching, you do want some help with that, breaking down the phases, stop kind of guessing your way through it, and go down below, apply for coaching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.